A cold rain washed over the city before sunrise, turning busy streets into rivers of gray reflections. Cars moved slowly through the traffic, while pedestrians hurried beneath umbrellas, eager to escape the weather. Inside one of New York's most prestigious rehabilitation hospitals, another kind of storm was unfolding. The soft hum of fluorescent lights echoed through the quiet hallway as a wheelchair rolled forward at a painfully slow pace. Sitting in it was 22-year-old Emily Stanton. Her expression remained calm, but behind her silent eyes lived a heartbreak no one could truly understand. Only 6 months earlier, Emily had been the brightest young star in the world of ballet. Audiences filled theaters just to watch her perform. Critics call her a once-in-a-generation talent, and every graceful movement on stage promised an extraordinary future. Then everything changed within seconds. A careless driver, rain-covered pavement, screaming brakes, twisted metal. When Emily opened her eyes in the hospital, the doctors delivered the news that destroyed the life she had always known. Her spinal cord had suffered severe damage. Walking again, they explained gently, was highly unlikely. Those words echoed inside her mind every single day. But losing the ability to walk wasn't what hurt the most. It was losing the life she had spent years building. The applause, the rehearsals, the endless hours of practice, the dream she had chased since childhood. They were all gone. Friends visited during the first few weeks, bringing flowers, balloons, and hopeful smiles. They promised they would always stay by her side. Most of them slowly disappeared. Messages became shorter. Phone calls became less frequent. Eventually, there was only silence. People admired her courage whenever they saw her. "You're so strong. You'll get through this." Everything happened for a reason. Emily learned to smile politely. Then she cried herself to sleep every night after everyone left. She hated letting anyone see her break, especially her father. Charles Stanton wasn't just another businessman. He had built Stanton Global into one of the largest technology companies in America. Newspapers described him as a visionary billionaire capable of solving impossible problems through intelligence, determination, and unlimited resources. Business rivals feared him. Investors trusted him. World leaders respected him. Yet every evening he sat beside his daughter's hospital bed feeling completely powerless. For the first time in his life, money meant nothing. He purchased the newest rehabilitation equipment. He flew specialists from different countries. He consulted world-famous surgeons, neurologists, therapists, and experimental researchers. Every expert offered another treatment, another possibility, another expensive promise. None of them returned what Emily had lost. Watching his daughter slowly lose hope hurt more than any financial loss he had ever experienced. One evening, he stood alone beside the hospital window while rain tapped softly against the glass. He made a decision. Emily didn't need another hospital. She needed somewhere life still felt alive. A week later, they left the city behind. Hours passed as the car climbed winding mountain roads surrounded by towering pine trees and endless valleys hidden beneath drifting clouds. Their destination was a quiet rehabilitation retreat known as Healing Horizons. Unlike traditional medical centers, Healing Horizons believed emotional recovery was just as important as physical healing. There were no crowded waiting rooms, no constant alarms, no endless stream of specialists rushing through schedules. Instead, wooden cabins rested among forests, gardens bloomed beside walking paths, and the fresh mountain air carried a peace Emily hadn't felt in months. Even so, nothing inside her changed. She attended therapy because everyone expected her to. She answered questions with one-word replies. She avoided conversations. Every morning looked exactly like the one before. Until the third day, Emily sat outside her cabin wrapped in a blanket, watching thick clouds drift over the mountains. She barely noticed the tiny footsteps approaching across the wooden deck. A cheerful little boy stopped directly in front of her wheelchair. He couldn't have been older than 6. Curly brown hair refused to stay in place. Freckles covered his nose, and curiosity sparkled in his bright eyes. Instead of staring awkwardly like most adults did, he simply smiled. "My dad says you're carrying a really heavy sadness." Emily blinked in surprise. Children usually avoided difficult conversations. This one walked straight into them. She forced a faint smile. Did he really say that? The boy nodded seriously. He says, "Some hurts can't be seen." Emily looked down at her hands. The child continued, "When my mommy died, I stopped talking." His voice remained calm, almost matter-of-fact. "My dad helped me smile again." Emily didn't know what to say. Before she could answer, the boy pointed toward a nearby greenhouse where someone was watering rows of colorful flowers. A tall man in worn work boots carefully moved between the plants, completely focused on his task. His clothes were simple. His hands carried the marks of years of hard work. Yet everything about him radiated quiet confidence, almost as if nothing in the world needed to be rushed. As though sensing someone watching him, the man looked up. Their eyes met. He offered Emily a warm, genuine smile. Not the smile people wore out of sympathy. Not the smile doctors practice before delivering difficult news. Just a simple smile between two strangers. For reasons Emily couldn't explain, she didn't immediately look away.